I am opening for the great Emma Willman this weekend, the 11th and 12th of April at the Hartford Funny Bone in Manchester, Connecticut. Make sure you get your tickets and come out and see us in Connecticut. And then I will be on the road. I'm going back on the road with Tatum, my dude, Cactus Tate. We are going on the road. We are going to Off the Hook in Naples, Florida on April 18th and 19th. And then we'll be at Wise Guys in Salt Lake City, Utah on April 25th and 26th. And then on April 30th, we'll be at the Brea Improv in La Brea, California. May 1st, Oxnard. We're going to be at Levity Live. May 2nd and 3rd, we'll be at Pasadena, California at the Ice House. Come see us at the fucking Ice House. And I don't know why I'm cussing. And then come see us later in May. We will be at the Skyline Comedy Club in Appleton, Wisconsin on May 23rd and 24th. And I will be headlining Cleveland, Ohio. I will be doing Don't Tell shows out there. But I'm telling you about it, because otherwise I can't pay my rent. And my rent is going to be my car soon. So get your tickets. You know how to get tickets. I don't know why I'm cussing in the intro. Back to you, me.
Hello and welcome back to DIS, how you speak Discombobulated quickly. I am your host, Bubba J. Dix. Bobby. Can you get enough of me? Absolutely. There's recommended dosage, and your doctor would be like, none to moderate, like moderate to as low as you fucking can with hanging out with this guy. Why? Well, because his thoughts are like gunky, chunky, gross nuts. They're stinky. Hang out with this guy too long, you're gonna get stinky too. So do you want to get stinky? I always just talk about how stinky I am, but isn't stinky the best word? Because you can smell it. That's like that Eddie Murphy joke. You can smell it, right? Talking about farts. Because farts are they're timeless. Like, I was on the road with Cactus Tatum, and she farted while we were eating, and she farted, and it was like so good. It was so fucking funny that like I couldn't help but laugh. And what's crazy is I know that there are people out there that like fart and then kind of just exist, and those people should be committed. And you can sit in a room full of people in all white but shit stains, and you guys can all fart as if that's like a normal thing to do, which it is, with laughter. That's it. This is what happens. You eat, you make a fart, and everyone around you goes, ha, 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 ha. And the people who are like, it's natural, it's normal. It's like, yeah, who doesn't know that? What's cool is like Tatum finally, she'll like chill out around me and like start farting, because I'm like, you can't have a stomach ache. And I bet you're like, yeah, because it probably goes both ways. No, well, I'm a boy, and when we're in the car, I fart. Apparently while we were on the road, I was in the passenger seat sleeping, and she was driving, because she didn't put me on the car to drive. She also thought Pittsburgh we'll get into it. But so I'm always like, you want me to help with travel? And she's like, I got it. And then I'm like, well, we're in the wrong place. No. I'm not making fun of her, but she just roasted me on TikTok and Instagram. And I was going to do that thing where I just liked and moved on, because I just like, you trust your friends are funny, and sometimes you don't like, you're like, I was just with you enough. But then I was like, I want to watch it. I like it. And then fucking, I was like, I'm not going to like this, because this fucking bitch is roasting me because I'm all over the place. So that's the podcast. So she's farting around me, which is, it's better. But before she'd be like, I don't want to. But then I fart, and I was like facing away from her, and she was like, oh, what's that smell? And then she had to roll down the windows, and she's like, you didn't laugh or nothing. And I was like, well, I was like actually asleep. She's like, yeah, I guess I kept waiting for you to like laugh. I'm like, oh no, that sucks that I got one out in the middle of my sleep. And I have trouble trusting my farts in my awake life. They're like, farts are hard enough to be like, all right, you swear to God you didn't bring any shit with you. And your fart's like, no. And you're like, okay. And then you let it out and you're like, well, then what the hell was that? It like makes the fucking scanner. It's like beep, 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 beep. You're like, why the hell is my butt wet? I killed Tatum laughing. We were walking and I go, oh, dude, you remember how like sometimes I'll tell you I just gotta because there's a guy, Josh Arnold had this jokes about like he would just like sometimes you just gotta go wipe. But like sometimes it'll happen, especially after you fart, you'll just be like, huh. And as I always say, you don't shit your pants, you shit your butt. And you got a little gunk. And so sometimes I got a little gunk or so many people quit listening to this episode. I don't care. So I was like, oh, dude, I think I have a hemorrhoid. So sometimes whenever like I feel like I was like, oh, I feel that. And I go wipe, I think like it's a hemorrhoid. And she's like, but is it blood? And I'm like, no. And she goes, then that's not a hemorrhoid. And I go, and I wasn't joking. I go, what the hell is that then? And what the hell is this anal discharge? And we almost died. We almost fell into the street dying. But yeah, what a fucking, and to trust because we have those farts, like I fart and it's hard enough to trust a fart while you're awake, but to be able to be asleep and your body's like, we can probably let this out, is proof that we are God's little farting miracles. Yeah. You're gosh dang right we are. And if you're trying to hide your farts, you're hiding the light of God. God damn it. So let that out. But not too much. Not like too much. It's still like kind of like an in-house thing. Like it's kind of like whatever, like I've definitely been in public places where you're like, someone just farted and you look around and you're like, you try to like match the person's like, because it dissipates so much. It's not like someone's shoes where you can kind of like put your like, you can like pinpoint it. With a fart, all of a sudden it's just in the room and then everyone's like, who the fuck did... It's like that Spider-Man meme, but instead of like this, it's fucking farts coming out of the fucking wrist. So, yeah, Tatum was fucking roasting my ass, which is fucking crazy. Because we all have bad days, mostly her. But so we, no, but if we're shitting on each other, I got to get her back on the podcast. We need to have another shit talk episode. I've been writing raps and sending them to her. She's broke and her feet stink too. She was born in like 2002. Yeah, they actually rip. But so she's been making fun of me. So this is what happened. I legit have the best time on the road with Cactus Tatum. We have an unbelievably fun time. We're fucking dying laughing most of the time. But every once in a while, life kicks in. Like, I drive from Austin to Houston, and then we'll fly out of Houston to go on the road. And so I got to her house at like midnight last night, and her and her husband were up. So I was like saying what's up. And we were hanging out, and then all of a sudden they're like, all right, well, we're going to go to bed now. So we got to let the dogs in. And it's like kind of raining or whatever. It's not that bad, but it's like, and they have like a porch area. The dogs can like, they're not like in the water. And so I know they have 3 dogs. And they like run in and I pet one of them and I was like, whoa, you're wet as hell. And they're like, they're always wet. And so they run by and I see 1, 2, but they have 3 dogs. They have Trace dogs. And I was like, where's the other dog? And then they're like, Kissy. And then they're looking around. Uh-oh. We have a missing dog, which I was like, please do that thing where you like say your name one more time and they come in and they're like, where the shit in the heck were you? That didn't happen. And I got that pit in your stomach like when the teacher hands you your fucking paper face down, you flip it and you're like, oh fuck. God, I fucking flunked. I flunked. How funny is that to be like, I fucking flunked? Like that's how it feels. That same pit in your stomach. Because all of a sudden I was like, where's your dog? And so then we look outside, and then it's like, uh-oh, not good. Then the dog is nowhere to be seen. So we're like up and down yelling the street, like, Kissy, Kissy. And then we finally find the dog because they like get on the app. And thank God we have this where it's like they were just like, the dog had just like this. There was like, it was like raining outside, and the dog had to try to get out. It had to want to get out, which is wild. And so it got out from under the gate and then went to like someone's house. And luckily we got to their house, and they were very nice. The buffest guy I've ever seen. There was a guy came out of his thing, and I was like, is this guy going to eat us? And his wife, and they were so sweet. They were just like, here's your dog. And then they thought we were a couple because I went with her to go. And I was like, we're not. And I was like, we're not. And they're like, what? So yeah, we had to like look for her dog. And then they did the thing that like most people do where it's like, I would do the same thing with my dog where you're like, oh, you almost made me mad how much you scared the shit out of me. Whereas like, I'm like, oh, I'm remembering like how special dogs are. And like I had the weight of, I started like, I legit at one point prayed and looked up, and I don't pray. I was like, thank you. I am so glad we live in the reality where there's not a fucking missing dog in a house with a child in it. That is, I can't handle that right now. That's why people are like, why don't you have kids? Because I don't want to fucking do any of that stuff. I don't want to have a missing dog, have a kid crying because my dog is missing, try to pay the mortgage. But they're so nice. So always sleep until 11 with no responsibilities. So then we find the dog, and they're like, and they were like joking. They're like, sometimes I hope that dog would run away. It's like, that's what you say. And I was like, I feel so much better right now. But it's also like we were talking about it, and this is what I said, because I was like, just when I say this, I was like, you guys are good people. They're great people. They take care of their dogs. I think it's like, you ever do a thing where like you're close to the edge of something, and because you know yourself, you know you're not going to slip or fall, but the person with you is like, please get away from that ledge. But if you were over there, you wouldn't be that nervous. I think that was what was like kind of happening, is I was like, oh, they are like a little upset because they're like, fuck, we're trying to get to bed, and then this fucking happens. Then the stinky guy Bobby comes to our house because they get the earliest flights out of Houston, which we do. But legit, I love it. Like, I will say, but we're not good at waking up, especially no one's good at waking up on like 2 hours of sleep. It's like we go to bed at midnight, and then our alarms go up, so it's like 2:30 or something like that, and we both get up, and we're doing that thing where you're trying to like, it's kind of like, it's like 1,000-yard stare, but like in dreamland, where you just start moving around. You like start packing the bed. You just start like dragging the bed in the hallway. You're like, oh, are we bringing this to the airport? And you're like, no. And you're like, are you mad at me? God, that's such a stressful fucking feeling. So then we go to the airport, and then we had a great time on the road. We had an absolute blast. We got to the airport. I don't know. I have a blast at the airport. And then we landed in Philly, and then we went to, we landed in Pottstown, which is like close enough to Philly. It's between 30 and 45 minutes, depending on what time you go. So we were like, I looked on Helium's website, and Christina Mariani and Ray Chvetny, I think that's how you say his name. And then I found out my buddy Spark Tabor was there. He was the host, and they had a great show at the Philly Helium. I was just so pumped to go see it. That's where I did my special with Helium back in the day. Fucking couple years. But I was also going through like a drug phase, so it was a different time. Bobby, you kind of always shut the fuck. You don't even know what the hell you're talking. So we went out and saw them, and they had a great show. And I love so many Philly comics. I did not get to see every one of them, but there was a bunch of them I did get to see. But I always want to see all of them and like all of them. And I love the staff there. And so we had a great time on the road. We had a great time in Philly, and then we went. We got food somewhere. I don't remember what we did to get food. And then we were back. So we stayed in Pottstown. And then we went to Soul Joel's Comedy Club, which there's all these comedy clubs where people like will talk it up like, that's great. And then you get there and you're like, it was good. It was really Soul Joel's fucking rips, dude. I mean, as soon as we showed up, the owner, the manager, the guy, Joel and his soul were there. And he's like, dude, where are you guys parked? I'll meet you guys outside. Here's this. Here's the green room. You can go over here. And we felt very taken care of. And as the feature, I was like put also on the website, and they printed out like my headshot and the one I like. And they were like, go ahead and sign this and we'll put you on the wall. And like, there is something about that when you're on the road, you kind of always feel like you're getting forgotten about. And so whenever you feel like there's like a club that cares about you or takes a vested interest, that's fucking feels really nice. And then, yeah, dude, they were just awesome. And we were all getting along so well. And then at one point I was like talking fast. I go, I'm so sorry, I'm talking fast. I go, let me go set up merch. He goes, no, I gotta go do something too. He's like, no, you're great, dude. And so we got along, and I go set up merch. And then I realized I forgot like a change bag, which is like just 5s, 1s, 10s, and stuff like that for when people want to pay for cash for merch instead of card. So then I like, it happens at most comedy clubs, but I was like, I always feel bad asking for it. And this is like, it's like his name on it. It's like all this stuff. So I felt like, I was like, I don't know how to explain it, but I was just like, hey, can I get like, and they were like, yeah, no problem at all. And they bring it over, and Cactus does so well in merch that I literally had already given a guy a shirt and told him I'll bring him change. And like, I was like, keep your money and the shirt. I'll come up to the front and do that before the show starts. So I run up front, give him his stuff. So like, as soon as they give me the change, because I didn't have money to break, I was like, I don't have any cash. I got to like circle around the entire club and like give him the 100 back. And he was like, that fast? And I was like, that fast. And he came back, and while I was selling merch, he just like came over the side and he goes, I really love your energy. And it just really, it feels good that like he took care of us. And then someone had left a notebook, and he messaged us and made sure it wasn't ours. It felt very, very, very loving. So I cannot say enough. Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Soul Joel's Comedy Club. You do have to check it out. And I'm not just saying it because we got booked there. Yeah, that place ruled. But I do feel lucky. And then we went to the Pittsburgh Improv, and that show was great. I will say, Amanda, the host, she did say this to me, and she was right. She was like, you're going to go out there and do your jokes, and they're going to laugh. They'll laugh like, they'll go, huh, at one part of your joke, and then they'll be listening, and you'll be like, I guess I did all right. And then as soon as you leave, they're all going to want to take a photo with you and be like, you were so funny. And she hit that nail right on the hammer. You'd be up there, and I at one point was like joking with them. I'm like, do you guys know how much you suck right now? You're being so quiet. And then you're like, I guess I'm not doing good. And after the show, the amount of people that were like, loved every second of it. She was like, that's just how it is. We don't know. But yeah. And then the manager, Chris, was awesome. I fucking kept calling him Paul. I'm pretty good with names. Like I'll be like when we were at Soul Joel's, there was like, cause it was Joel, Lauren, Jessica. There was other people. I can't remember everyone's name, but everyone was so sweet and nice helping us out. And I walked up and I was like, excuse me, Lauren. She goes, you remember my name? And I'm like, we try, like I try to talk to people, because I've been hanging out at comedy clubs, and I've seen people treat like the staff like assholes, and I just you never want to come off like that. So I kept calling him Chris, but he didn't correct, and I felt bad. And then at the end of the week, all of a sudden, someone like, I don't remember why, but I like realized it was Chris. And then I messaged him. I was like, hey, I kept calling you Paul. I'm so sorry, Chris. And he was like, it's all good, John. But that's actually my middle name, so it's pretty close. But I don't know, man. We were so lucky. We had a great time on the road. It was a quick turnaround. And then we go to the airport. And there's a lot to this story. There's for sure, I'm not the hero in this story. There really are no heroes in this story. But I will tell you, if you shit on me, I will fucking drag your name through the mud, Tatum. I swear the fuck to God, Cactus Tatum. I swear. She says that I was like somehow just giving her a weird look and not helping when she was throwing up all over herself. I would like, Your Honor, here's my side. I see a friend go down a hill, and I didn't see her. I just see her go down the top of a hill at the airport. There's like these benches, and we were at an airport. And we're like, let's go sit down there. And we go to sit. And I didn't see that. Apparently, she had slipped. I didn't see this. So she had slipped, and I was trying to get down there, and I also almost slipped, but I didn't know she almost slipped. And then I just yell, I'm not coming down. I'm going to hang out up here because I can't fucking, I don't want to slip. And I hurt my knee. I was like, I don't want to slip. And she like waved like, okay. And I was like, all right, well, maybe she wants to sit down there. I was like, I'll just go wait up here and kind of keeping an eye on her. And then I hear her yell. She's like, I gotta go inside, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So then she runs inside. So then I go inside and I just wait for her. I'm like, she's an adult. Something's happening. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm not going to run around and chase people. And so I just sit there and wait. And then all of a sudden she's like, can you help me? And I text her, yes. What's going on? And she walks up to me and she's got like everything in her hands. And she's like, I just threw up all over the place. I was like, what? Why? She's like, I said, I don't know. And then it blew all over me. And I'm like, what? Like, she just told me this. I didn't like, you ever like, it's like someone looking at you and being like, I got in a car crash, and you're like, huh? Like, I'm trying to like build a thing in my head. And she's like, because I also didn't see vomit. She said she threw up all over herself. You son of a fucking bitch. Not her. My storage is full. My storage is full. My fucking storage is fucking full. Hold on. No, not now. What if I try to do this? Will this help? Let's go to HD and see if I hit record. Will we get this, or will something happen? It might go off. It might go off, but we're here to try. We're trying our damnedest, our hardest, and that's all we can do. And Tatum was trying her hardest, and she was throwing up everywhere. And I felt bad because apparently she said, someone was like, are you Tatum? And she's like, get fucked. No, she didn't say that. She just like kept running. But she comes up to me and she's like, what do you want me to do? And then like all of a sudden when she says that to me, she starts setting everything down. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, did you just throw up and you feel better? Like, I don't know any of this stuff. And then she goes, I'm going to throw up again. So she gets up and throws up. I go over to the TSA agent. I'm like, hey, this isn't great, but my friend just threw up. Do you guys have any like bags? You probably don't. But do you have any like trash bags or anything like that? And she was like, oh God, sweet. She gives me the bag. I go and grab her throw up jacket, put it in the bag, tie it up, get rid of all the air so it's easy to carry and it gets no holes. And then go, and as soon as she gets back, I run downstairs and I go get Lysol and I get Germex. She's taking Dramamine. I'm trying to help her. And then she's like, I threw up everywhere. And she's like, I don't know what I'm going to. And I go, can I go buy you a hoodie? And she's like, yeah, take my card. And so she goes, and I go get her a hoodie. It had a P on it and it was yellow because that's what she was acting like. Fucking yellow piss, dude. And so it was Pittsburgh Pirates though. So she, and I don't think you're allowed to say Pirates anymore. But so we go and we're at the airport and then I come back up and then she's got the audacity to think I'm being an asshole. I can't wait till we have a podcast where we both talk about it. We're gonna have to have a mediator, and that guy's gonna moderately hate her. She can be so fucking annoying. No, I'm kidding. I really do. We really do have a fucking blast on the road. But this last time was crazy, and then we got home at her house at like almost 9, I guess. We get to her house, and I was like. They're like, oh, dude, do you want to spend the night? Do you want to like? And I was like, hey, after a lost dog, a fucking throwing up at the airport all over people, like, and a bunch of other stuff that I don't want to sound like an asshole and complain about. Like, there's some stuff that I've heard people complain about, and I'm like, you're being an asshole. And then it happened, and I'm like, I understand you now. Do you ever have that happen? That's all you know. You're always like, you fucking asshole. And then you're like, oh, that's me. That's me in the corner. That's me getting pissed off at my friend and vomit. I don't know what you want. Do you want me also to go vomit? Because it had to have been from the Domino's we ate the night before. And I always tell her on the road, like, I've been eating pretty healthy. And she'll always like look at me and she's like, you want to go get Dr. Peppers? And I'm like, no, but we'll go get you a Dr. Pepper and I'll drink my protein powder. I spilled it all over me on the airplane too. I was an idiot. I really thought I was going to get it in. I made a funnel. I thought it was out of the vomit bag, made a funnel, not her vomit bag. Like just used a vomit bag, fucking ripped it open, slid it in the thing, tried to turn my protein powder in there. And I know that sounds fucking douchey, but I really need to, my headaches were coming from not having nutrients, I think. And I quit smoking vape. I haven't touched a vape in not long, but it's been like 2 weeks or something like that. I haven't smoked a cigarette. I'd rather get back to that. Just fucking, I'll bum a cigarette. Like I'm going to New York and tomorrow and later tonight. I was like, I'll probably have a cigarette or two. And I might even like rip a vape, but as far as like buying them or fucking being around them that much, bye. And I might eat my words later. I've done it before. I quit for 1.5 years, but I was just like, I don't want that stress. But because I'm so lucky and I'm trying to remember that. Like I have so many dates on the road. Like I'm going on the road with Emma Willman, Cactus Tate. I'm headlining. I'm having so much fun. There's festivals that are coming up I'm going to be on. So like the fact that like all this stuff is happening is very, very cool. So I'm always like really trying to enjoy myself. But then when your friends are throwing up all over the place, you're like, what the shit, dude? What's going on? That's her in the corner. Yeah, like, dude, like... And dude, I am so good at helping on the road because I know that, dude, there's a lot you have to worry about when you're headlining and stuff. So it's like when you're the opener, you're not just there to do the stand up before. Like you got to try to help. I don't know. I feel like I just was like, I want to do what like the platinum rule, treat others the way that's the way they want to be treated. The golden one. I was like, this is what I would want. Tell me if you want any different. And so it's like when we go on the road, we try to like, you try to prep for stuff, and plan and shit like that. But also like, as the headliner, I want that person to worry less. And like, I am a people pleaser, but I do it like I like to do it. Not if you're a fucking asshole and not if I feel taken advantage of. But Tatum definitely doesn't do that. Like that's why I'm joking about her being a fucking asshole. But she, what the fuck were we just talking about? I was talking about her being an asshole, us being on the road. The seats we had on the airplane. I fucking hate myself sometimes. Aw, man. I'm all out of cash. I love that SNL clip. What the fuck was I talking about? Gonna shit on me. I shit on me. I legit can't remember. Fuck. Sorry. I'm so jet lag. There, I remembered it. So, but as the headliner, I'm like, do you want to help her out? You want to like help her out? So then, like, when we would get there, I would like, because I always kind of overpack, but I underpacked and dude, it felt way, 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 way better. So then in my backpack, I had a bunch of room, and I'm like, dude, why don't you give me like your bags and all that kind of shit? The fucking video will it just keeps stopping. I knew it was gonna happen. It's okay. You knew it was gonna happen. So this story's dumb at this point. But she like I put everything in my bag, but I also knew she wanted her vape. So like I took it out of the bag and put it in I have like a fanny pack that I have like that I keep like in the front. Sometimes on my fanny, but almost never. And later she goes, oh, damn it. And I go, what? She goes, nothing. I put my vape and it's in your backpack and I feel so fucking... And I go, if only someone would have known you want to hit it and put it in this bag. She was like, thank you. And then, dude, and then she said this the other day too. And I've been doing this kind of like, I remember like when I went to Catholic school, there are a couple of things that stick. I always remember they're like, do things that are nice, but like say nothing. And when me and Tatum are on the road, like... I'll try to like go through the rental car and like I'll run out. I'll go grab all the extra cups, clean everything up. It's like at the hotel rooms where it's like if we're both getting ready, we're getting everything. I'll clean up her stuff. I'll come in, I'll grab all the cups, the food from the night before. And we were just on tour and I got so busy. And she just goes, why the hell is our room so fucking dirty? Am I wrong? And I go, she wasn't being mean to me. She just goes, isn't our room disgusting? And I go, yeah, this is like the first time I haven't cleaned it in like since we've been on tour. And she goes, That's why it's so clean. I was like, yeah, bitch. So I didn't say anything, but you fucking come at me. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name's Bobby, and he's fucking pissed. No, luckiest guy in the world's not pissed. He's happy. He's glad. He's feeling like a happy lad. Will you think you'll be just fine? We're going to New York City because yeah, I'm going to New York tomorrow. I'm going to hang out with I'm going to hang out with Carly Aquilino. We're going to hang out. We got a little fucking date night. I haven't seen this girl. I'm so excited to hang out with her. I haven't seen her. Never met her cats. I haven't seen her in fucking forever. So excited to go out with her. And then on Wednesday we were going to go out, but I think she says she has a date. And so I'm sure that guy's going to be very disappointed when he goes on a date because she's stinky like all of us. And she's got the farts coming out of her butthole too. So she's going to go on a date. And I get to take my friends, Dom. He's a comic. I don't know how to say his last name. It's with an S and I don't know how to say his last name, but his name's Dom. I'll be tagging him, and I love that guy. Dom and my friend Danny. And I haven't seen them in a couple months. We always try to hang out when we're on the road. But I get to take them out, and I bought us tickets to a couple shows around New York, and they don't know where we're going. They don't know which shows it is. And I'm just going to be honest. There's some fucking lineups. Like I would, this is what I would be doing if I wasn't with them, but I bought tickets and I haven't bought tickets in forever. I'm going to say this. They talk about tariffs and all this shit coming. Comedy club tickets, very fucking pretty reasonably priced. Not every single comedy club. They're all different. Dude, I made reservations at a comedy. I don't know if they probably don't listen, but I don't want to ruin it. But I was looking at comedy clubs and I bought like a couple different shows with incredible, right now, huge comics. And after I checked out, I was like, as a comic, I get in for free. I don't feel taken advantage of at all. So if you fucks who are like, so I could come out, show's expensive, get fucked. It's really not that bad. I'm on the other side of it. It's not that bad. You ever go try to buy tickets to a fucking concert? You like look it up and all of a sudden you're like, I got an overdraft fee because I looked up going to see the fucking Deftones. That's actually my friends who I'm taking out. That's Dom and Danny. Their partners are actually going to see the Deftones. And they're hanging out with me, which is the opposite of, I'm tone deaf. So they're coming to hang out with tone deaf, and their partners are going to the Deftones. You want to go see the shut up, or do you want to see, you guys ever notice how I'm fucking annoying and won't stop talking and blah, 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 blah. They're choosing the worst one. Shut up. God, I would kill dude, we should go sneak in the Deftones. That's what we're going to do. Oh, well, no, it probably will be over. I don't know why I talk out loud and don't know where I'm going with stuff, but I wish we could sneak into the concert. That would be fun to like sneak into the Deftones concert. Bobby, that's impossible. You can't sneak into I've done it. I snuck into the Justin Timberlake concert. I got to flick a cigarette out of my mouth while holding the door open to the arena because here's a little move. When this is what happens. If first of all, sometimes you just got to drink the liquid luck. Sometimes you got to feel, that's a Harry Potter reference. And if you don't get it, I'm sorry. But basically this Felix Felices, you drink it and everything works out for you. And for me, we had a show at a theater. I think we were doing a Doug Loves Movies. And we were like, what? Normally these are like sold out. Where was every fucking body? And they were like, oh, they're at the Justin Timberlake concert. And you're like, all right, well, everybody. And they're like, it kind of does shut down when something's here. So we leave and we're like, all right. And then I was like, dude, let's go sneak into the Justin Timberlake concert. And my friends were like, yeah, right. And I go, watch this. And I just had a cigarette in my mouth and just some confidence. And we were walking towards the building. I see a guy come out and he's like holding a pack of cigarettes and he's got the door. So there's like, we're kind of like walking. It looks like we might have we were in the smoking area and we were coming back. And I go, hey, buddy, will you hold that door? And he was like, no problem. And so I got to like flick my cigarette and turn to my buddies who were guys. I go, ladies, sometimes you roast people and they walk right by. And we got to go see that. So if you think it's impossible, it's not. I think I could sneak into some place. And I would rather go pay to see them for sure. But not if we're just going to go see them for a second just to say hi to our friends and then leave. But shut up. Dude, the Deftones are so fucking good. When I was a kid, them, Tool, those kind of, I would see people wear those shirts, and so I didn't listen to them a bunch because if you saw someone at my school who had a Tool t-shirt, they were always nice, but you were also like, they seem kind of scary. I don't want to check it out. Just like how you see like a lot of people wearing Ghost t-shirts, and then you look up that band, you're like, that is not what I thought Ghost sounded like. I tell you what, Deftones, not what I thought. I'm talking out of my ass. Anyway, that's pretty much the pod. And there's no video because it fucking cut the shit out. But that's why you should listen. And guys, join us on Patreon. We're always there on Patreon at Discombobulated /Bobby/ you know. I got links. Oh, I got links for days. So go click those. Come see us on tour. Buy some merch. You're cute. I love you. Kisses. Bye.